Zcash. So, privacy coin that obviously has been around for a very, very long time. When it first launched, it went to insane highs. Like, it launched at an insane price. It's never reached that again, and it probably never will. I do want to take a look at where this can go because the long-term downtrend is there to see, but there is the Zcash Trust through Grayscale. We also just want to take a look at the likelihood of where privacy coins are going in this world where governments watch everything you do. So I'll get into all of that in this video. Before I do though, guys, if you're new here, this spreadsheet shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. When I did the videos, I showed myself buying all of these coins. They were coins that I expected were going to do very well. And if you'd have popped $100 into each of these coins when I released the videos, you'd have gotten in at these prices. All you would have had to do is sit on those coins for 16 months, and then you'd have been able to sell at these prices. And from $100 into each, these are what your profits would have been. So if you'd have done 100 into all 26, your total profit in under a year and a half would have been over 123 grand. Now, we are already in a bull cycle. You do not have like 16 months to wait. If you're not happy with your portfolio and really not confident in the coins you own, it's time to do something about it. And if you go on to copymycrypto.com and just take a look at the site, that's the site I run where I share my portfolio with my members. So whenever I buy or sell any coin, I'm going to tell my members the coin and the price. So they will get in and out of crypto the same price as me. So they'll make the exact same profit. The added bonus is obviously they don't have any work to do at all. And if you're someone that is not confident in the coins you own right now, have a look at what my members have earned, read the testimonials, watch the videos, read through the site. And if you like what you see, try it out, because you got about a month to sort your portfolios before these markets really start moving. And no doubt it will be able to help you out, guys. Now, Zcash. So as you can see, crazy sort of price. And actually, I think it was about 5-6 grand. 5,941 bucks. That was its high pretty much upon launch, right? Never, ever, ever going to be that price again. I don't like, downtrend is there. And here's the reality. Zcash is a crypto focused on privacy and anonymity. It uses zero knowledge snark proof technology that allows nodes on the network to verify transactions without revealing any information. Contrary to the common misunderstanding, obviously the majority of cryptos on the market are not anonymous. They're rather pseudonymous. While it doesn't explicitly reveal the identity of users, each user has a public address, so information can be traced back to them using blockchain forensics, especially with companies now like Arkham that are sort of de-anonymizing the crypto space. Personally, I'm really not a fan of that as a concept, because I think that's completely against the principle of cryptocurrency. The founder of Zcash was security expert Zuko Wilcox O'Hearn. He's also the founder of the for-profit electronic coin company, which manages the development of Zcash. Has over 25 years in the industry of cryptography and information security, contributed to a number of projects, including the now defunct electronic money firm DigiCash, peer-to-peer data storing software Mojo Nation, and the Tahoe least authority file system. He also founded Least Authority Enterprises, which is a tech company focused on improving digital security and preserving the fundamental right to privacy. That is very much what he is about, along with what Zcash is about, true privacy. It is, of course, proof of work. It's secured with the same algorithm as Bitcoin, SHA-256. Now, the issue for Zcash, fundamentally, is the premise of privacy is a great one, but really, when you actually logically think about what this is, beyond the privacy of moving money, paying people, or moving your funds around, there isn't much else, right? Yes, you can build with Zcash and you can start developing on top of it, but right now there is such a concern regarding privacy, and I mean that from the wider sense of governments. The EU Innovation Hub, as an example, have highlighted that privacy coins are really not a great thing for law enforcement. France's market regulator said crypto remains a higher risk for money laundering. The irony there is that literally 99% of the money laundering that occurs through banks. There has been data published yearly in terms of the amount of money that's been gone through banks for money laundering purposes, and we're talking in the billions and billions and billions. So, the idea of crypto being the facilitator of money laundering is ridiculous. But anything new is scary, and plus, they want to see exactly what everyone's doing. So there's been a lot of talk particularly from the EU, about privacy coins. They've said privacy coins, mixers, layer 2 platforms make it difficult for law enforcement agencies to trace funds, according to a report from the European Union's Innovation Lab Hub for Internal Security. The report published said that crime-fighting agencies, including Europol and Eurojust, told law enforcement agencies they need to be prepared to encounter the types of tools like crypto mixers and privacy coins when they're doing investigations. Obviously, Tornado Cash has been hugely in the spotlight over the past few years. The developer of Tornado Cash was sentenced to spend more than 5 years in jail after prosecutors argued that the platform was created for money laundering, which I don't even know how you prove. Like, logically, the courts have somehow proven his intent when building the site. Now, you can make the argument for maybe actions that have occurred on the site, but you can't know his intent. It's just, the man's lost 5 years of his life. It's bollocks. It's just not reasonable. You cannot possibly know his intent. So privacy coins like Monero build privacy into their protocols, hiding the identity of the sender and receiver, and even the money being sent. This is obviously a cause for concern for governments who want to watch everything you do. There is a reason that they literally spy on you, and we all know they spy on you because all of that information has come out over the past, decade and a half. So the France's authority for finance, I don't read French, said crypto remains a high risk for money laundering due to its popularity, cross-border nature, and anonymity that comes with platforms like mixers. The problem is that we've seen a huge amount of delisting of big crypto of privacy coins on a number of different platforms. Now, Zcash is one of the oldest cryptos, so hasn't had the same issues, though we know there's been some delistings of Zcash in Europe, as an example. My real legitimate concern for all privacy coins is, what does America do? As of right now, there is legitimate uncertainty around America because you don't know. Well, I mean, it looks like Trump will win the election, but again, a government is still a government, and they want to know what you're doing. If they decide privacy coins are funding, quote unquote, funding terrorism or you being used for money laundering, all of a sudden privacy coins are the first coins of all cryptos that are going to be under the spotlight, and they're the ones that are at risk. And I have very, very real concerns for privacy coins in the long-term future, that they are going to just be removed from a number of centralized exchanges to the point that you can't trade them unless you're using a DEX. And you got to remember, certain privacy coins just simply aren't on DEXs. Your best case scenario, really, I mean, Zcash, to be fair, is, but your best case scenario is that somehow governments don't delist them. The problem is I just think they will be. Now, assuming that doesn't happen this frigging year, Zcash can still do relatively well. I think, we've seen obviously when it first launched, it was at like $5,000 or whatever. In the 2018 bull cycle, it did, hit heights of around about $900. In the most recent bull cycle of 2021, it got to over $300, around $350. In this next iteration of a bull cycle, you've got to assume that it's going to continue on the downtrend. And I think we're probably looking at a couple $100 instead, probably only $200. Still puts it at a market cap of 3.2 billion. It's not personally one I would be looking at investing in. My honest opinion is you stay away from coins that are certainly in a long-term downtrend like that, but also you stay away from coins that run the risk of going against governments, because in general that doesn't go well. And privacy is something that we all quote unquote value, but the government value more. They don't want your privacy. As a result, they watch you. So there is a real risk there. Now, there is potential for growth in the sense that, Grayscale already have the Zcash Trust, which is one of the first securities solely invested in from Grayscale. Now, it has been running for a while. You can see the long-term performance charts of Zcash, and you can see the NAV share, or NAV per share price has continuously dropped. I mean, that is a long-term downtrend if ever you're going to see one. 2018, obviously, it did very, very well. And then you go to 2021, not so well. 2024, so far, not great. And it does look like the NAV shares in a long-term downtrend where it probably might only peak at $20 this time. But the market price, and obviously this coincides with the market price drop. Now, potentially, you could see a huge pump if there is other companies, say your BlackRocks, that go, we want a privacy ETF, which is focused on Zcash or Zcash and Monero, let's say. And we might see some money really flow into them if there was another company, particularly a BlackRock, that could get into it. But right now, even from their standpoint, does it make sense to even bother opening? What's the trading volume going to be on a privacy coin ETF, especially when, as of right now, there is just so much uncertainty. We know where the EU stands. If the US government follows the EU in the future, privacy coins face extinction in a way, right? They obviously will never die, but if they can't be traded on centralized exchanges in the US or in Europe, it literally is just, Australia, New Zealand, technically the UK, but the UK are hardly like the modicum of our government spy on us. And then it's Africa. Is the trading volume going to be enough on those centralized exchanges to pump the prices? The selling pressure is probably going to be way bigger. So prices could just fall off a cliff. I still think Zcash probably can hit a couple $100 this year, but the future doesn't look bright for privacy coins right now. And it's just one where I'd be like, be cautious, don't, I would invest a shit ton less in privacy coins than I would in any other thing, because privacy coins run such a big risk going against governments in the future. But let me know where you guys stand on this. How do you feel about the fact that, the BS that's being spouted of it, privacy coins being used for money laundering, when we know banks literally are the like the facilitator of the most money laundering in the world? Share your feelings in the comments down below. And guys, we're in a bull cycle right now. If you don't have your portfolio up to scratch, it's time to do something about it. If you're really not confident in the coins that you own, get onto copymycrypto.com, have a read through the site. Have a look at what the members have earned, read their testimonials, watch the videos. Copymycrypto.com is where I share with my members the coins that I own. Whenever I buy or sell any coin, I tell my members the coin that I'm buying or selling and the price that I'm doing it at. This means my members get in and out of crypto, same price as me, so they make the same profit, but they don't have any work to do. And if that sounds good to you, like I say, get on the site, read through it all, watch the vids. If you like what you see, try it out, because time is of the essence. If your portfolio doesn't get sorted before September, you're going to watch a lot of people making money in these markets while you don't. So time is very much of the essence right now, guys. So check out the site. If you're not, there's a link in the description. And that's it from me. I'll see you in the next vid. Bye-bye.